I recently got a request from a fellow YouTuber and avid follower of my channel for a no-bake key lime cheesecake. Now, actually, I'm going to get into a whole story, so if you guys want to skip forward to the recipe, click here and go ahead and skip ahead because I'm going to talk a lot, and you know me, I really can talk a lot. Alright, so a lot of you guys have seen this recipe already because I ran it like 3 years ago. First of all, can we just talk about how young I was 3 years ago? Oh God, these last 3 years have aged me, and 2020 just might put me in the grave. And I woke up this morning though to a copyright strike on this particular video. So you guys might have heard me talk about this before because this is nothing new. I have been getting hit with copyright. Random, it happens here and there. Basically there's channels that sprung up on YouTube. This is like the decade of scams. They basically sprung up on YouTube and they go after channels like mine and they try to claim music as their own. Now, mind you, I use royalty-free music with permission granted from creators over on SoundCloud who actually make their music with the intention of allowing YouTubers to use their music. That's how they get exposure and the music gets shared around. So anyway, these bogus companies pop up and they go after channels like mine and claim that the music that I'm using is actually theirs. And because YouTube is so backwards, they put the responsibility, the burden of proof on me rather than on them, which doesn't make any sense at all. I mean, if they're claiming that that's actually their music, why shouldn't they have to prove that it's actually their music and not me? So anyway, it's just a real pain and I don't have the energy to fight it anymore. So I was just like, you know what, I'll just rip that video down, I'll just delete it. But then I was like, man, that's such a great recipe. So instead of even just re-editing the whole thing with taking out the music, I decided let me actually just remake the whole recipe. So as you can see here, I did sort of like a double-decker with a key lime pie meets key lime cheesecake, and I did it stacked style. So I think, no, it's an excellent recipe and I love it and I've made it so many times, but even I don't have the patience or the energy anymore to make such a lengthy, many-step recipe. So I'm going to simplify it down for you guys today and see which version you like better. I'll keep the original footage towards the end of this video, and of course the written blog post is going to have both versions so that you can decide which way you like to do it better. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna bring it back old school style with a little bit of tutorial Gretchen's Vegan Bakery. Actually, this will be number 6 attempt, the 2020 edition of key lime cheesecake. But it is so much easier, you guys, because basically you're just throwing everything together into a sauce pot and that's it. So it's the sugar and the cornstarch first, and I do like to whisk those two ingredients together so that you don't get balls of cornstarch when you add the plant milk. Now, I always do use soy milk because it is the thickest and creamiest with the most neutral flavor, in my opinion, of course. And then also add the key lime juice. Now just whisk everything together. Next goes the vegan cream cheese, and I always use to.for brand cream cheese in my baking. Now trust me, it is the best for recipes. I had a nightmare fail with Violife brand. If you want to check out that video, what a nightmare disaster that was. That was for my cranberry cheesecake over the winter time around Christmas. Alright, so just keep whisking it smooth, and you know what, you could actually do all of this in the blender first and then transfer it to a cooking pot. It's kind of easier, but I'm just lazy today to wash the blender afterwards, so I'd rather just keep whisking it by hand. It will smooth out eventually, and you know what, you have to constantly keep stirring this anyway, or else it's going to burn on the bottom, so really what's the difference? Now, when the mixture is no longer cold, then you add the agar. You don't want to add that right away since agar sets liquids when they're cold. So just wait for it to warm up a little bit and then add in the agar and just keep on whisking it. I think the whole thing took about 8 or 10 minutes on medium-high heat with constant whisking the whole time to get it really start getting really thick and almost to boiling.
And you definitely have to get it to boiling point for the cornstarch to activate, and you'll see that it's going to get really thick. And then once the bubbles start, remove it from the heat and just pour it into your prepared crust. Now I have a graham cracker crust here that I made, and it's pressed into the bottom of a ring mold that I lined with acetate cake strips, and that's going to help it unmold really nicely. Now, I wanted to make a green swirl since we are so visual in our buying and eating habits that the green is going to make the connection that this is key lime. But I wanted to go natural, so I decided to use some spirulina, and this just gave it a weird chalky color. Maybe if I stopped using Barbie's whisk, I would have had an easier time, but no, I still had to add a dab of green food color anyway, and that looked way better. Into the refrigerator to set, and the agar sets pretty fast. It just has to cool completely and then it will set, and that took just about 2 hours.
Alright, so here we go. It's all set. This really doesn't take that long to set up in the fridge. A couple hours it's been, I think. Peel off that acetate strip. This green color is quite interesting. I don't know, I kind of like it. It's very natural looking. Ooh, it's perfect. All right. See, the thing about the agar is that if it's too much, it's gonna be like just a brick. This is perfect. A little bit of coconut whipped cream on top. Picture perfect. So there it is. Let's try it. I already know it's awesome. It's perfect. It's so perfect. Woo! Key lime tart. It's really good. The biggest problem I had in developing this recipe was getting the balance of cornstarch and agar perfect. And this is definitely it. So yeah, I hope you guys like this version. Comment below. Let me know if you like this new version or my old version of the stacked double-decker instead. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't just delete this video altogether. So take that, Repost Network. How about that for a channel name? As if that doesn't speak 1,000 words as to what they're up to, right? Repost Network? I mean, come on, give me a break. So anyway, you can suck it, YouTube, and you can suck it, Repost Network, because we've got a no-bake key lime cheesecake, all copyright protected. All right, guys, thanks again for watching my video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again next time. Oh, you know what? I did my poll on my channel the other day, and it looks like the Swiss roll is winning. Nothing's winning by a landslide. It looks like the Swiss roll is winning, and then the burger, and then surprisingly enough, the German chocolate cake is coming in last, which I really thought it would be totally the other way around. So yeah, I'm gonna tally up the poll in a few days, and then on my next vlog video, I'm going to make the winner, which looks like it's going to be the Swiss roll recipe. So stay tuned for more. I hope you guys are doing really great, and I will see you again soon.
But wait, there's more. Oh my god, this is like the recipe that never ends. But I did promise I would keep the old footage of how I made the original double-decker stacked cheesecake. So here it is. It's the same recipe, just a different technique. First, it's the graham crackers, sugar, and melted vegan butter into a food processor to make the crust. The crust gets pressed into the bottom of the ring mold, but I actually saved out about 1 giant cup of it to go in between the layers of the key lime pie and the cheesecake. Now make the cheesecake layer by putting all those cheesecake ingredients except the lime juice and the cream cheese this time into a sauce pot and get it to a boil. And here is where I had the idea to put that cream cheese and lime juice into a blender to smooth it out, but you can still do it the way I showed you before, all on the stovetop. pour the cheesecake layer into the crust and then refrigerate it to set while you make the key lime pie layer. And again, it's the same thing as I just showed you. You're just cooking it all together on the stovetop. And now you can see how I took this recipe and just kind of melded the two layers together for the way easier updated 2020 version. But hey, whatever floats you. Layer the reserved graham crackers over the set cheesecake layer and then pour the key lime pie layer over top of that. Get it to the refrigerator to set, and that's actually it. It's way more steps, way more dishes, but it really does have an impressive presentation. Alright guys, comment below. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on which way you prefer to make this no-bake key lime cheesecake. As always, the recipe is at Gretchen'sVeganBakery.com. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, a very special thank you to my patrons on Patreon and my pals in PayPal for sticking around and continuing to help support this channel. You guys are truly the best. Alright, over and out, good buddies. I'll see you on the flip side.